drugs and alcohol on site is forbidden. Violators will be removed from the secure area.
Welcome back to another CrookedGrins build guide for Tom Clancy's Division 2 Warlords of New York. Before we get into the video, just wanted to remind you to hit the like button, subscribe, share with friends, and hit the post notification bell so you can stay up to date on more builds and content from yours truly. With all that said, let's get into the next build, the Last Spartan Contractors Raider, or the LSC Raider. The LSC is comprised of former Special Force Group operatives turned contractors. The Raider branch has 3 variations within their units, where squad coordination is a must. Now, as a forewarning, your watch level needs to be 950 or higher. These builds require synergy and good decision making. Raider 1 is the brain of his unit. He is in charge of individual Raider placement, fight initiations, target focus, priorities, tick damage, and team advancement orders. Raider 1 is a specialized survivalist equipped with a submachine gun, semi-automatic shotgun, pistol, and incendiary grenades. The MP5ST is the primary weapon for Raider 1, due to him being on the front lines, of course. He needs to be able to take advantage of close-quarter combat situations and attract as much attention as possible. The damage to target out of cover buff with the talent Optimist keeps Raider 1 as a high-threat operative. Now, the 612 is a mag-fed shotgun, making it a trustworthy secondary for all Raiders. It provides stagger and efficient damage to keep any aggressive hostile from pushing into the Raider's current cover position. The named version of this weapon is called the Mob, and it has 10% armor on kill, which helps each Raider's survivability. Perfect swap to push back or into enemies' current cover positions. Make sure to have Optimist to ramp up the damage per shot though. Moving on to the Sidearm, we have the X45 Tactical. This high clip capacity pistol can be devastating, especially for Raider 1. It provides this close quarter combatant access to damage from far ranges. Having damage to target out of cover and the talent Ranger makes this worth it. Also, the RPM makes the Raiders clean up much easier. So let's move on to the skills and utilities. Booster Hive and Fixer Drone. Booster Hive is what makes the Raider 1 a high-valued asset. Raider 1 uses this to boost his unit's accuracy, stability, reload speeds, swap speeds, and movement speed, making his team quicker and more weapon efficient. Also, this improves their hazard protection, which cuts down on status effects duration. Don't worry, you can pick the Hive up, so use this utility strategically, and it needs to be skill tier 3. Then there is the second utility, which is the Fixer Drone, which is a stable for Raider 1. This drone keeps the Raider in the fight by repairing any broken armor, of course. Also, so far noticing none of the mobs seem to target your drone. It has a high duration and maintains close proximity to you. It can also be sent to any ally who may need it more than you. Perfect way to keep them alive, especially when they're pinned down by the enemy and soaking up all their focus. And don't forget, it still needs to be skill tier 3. Now let's talk gear and brands. Raider 1's gear and brands consist of Sokolov Concern, known as the SOCCON brand, 2 Murakami Industry pieces, known as the Mind brand, Empress International brand, Walker and Harris brand, and Alps Summit Armaments, known as the ASA brand. With weapons and gear combined, you want to hit at least 48 to 50% critical hit chance and a minimum of 130 critical hit damage. However, do disregard the signature weapon. And ideally, all gear combined, you will be pushing 80% skill repair. As far as gear talents go, first up will be the backpack talent, which is Companion. As Raider 1 has 2 utilities to trigger the Companion talent, while you are within 5 meters of an ally or skill, total weapon damage is increased by 15%. You will also be working closely with Raider 2 at times, so majority of the time while in combat, this talent should be engaged. The next up is the chest piece talent, which is Obliterate. This is basically going to be the next surefire way to get another weapon damage buff up to 25%, which is why it is imperative you hit at least 45 to 50% critical hit chance, as critical hits increase the total weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds. Stacks up to 25 times. Having the Booster Hive out and running will make reloading much faster to maintain this buff as well. All right, let's go over the 2 other Raiders that will be joining us in our missions. Raider 2 is specialized in tech and works relatively close with Raider 1. Based on the equipment overview, he generally acts as an aggressive pusher as well as an additional line holder. Using the Intimidate talent with Adrenaline Rush, he can easily access weapon damage buffs by getting up close to the enemy. His Restorer Hive, Fixer Drone, and the Raider 1's Booster Hive, and sometimes Fixer Drone, allows Raider 2 to push into the enemy relentlessly. Also keep in mind, with all these utilities in play, Raider 2 is basically the craziest combat medic on the field. Last but not least, Raider 3 is definitely the biggest component in keeping both frontline Raiders safe. Raider 3 is a specialized gunner, making him very capable of laying down heavy suppressive fire, and keeps tabs on both Raiders' flanks. Being equipped with foam grenades and Stinger Hive, he shuts down enemy movement with deadly force. Having the talents calculated and obliterate, he'll get his defensive drone and Stinger Hive back in no time to continue assisting his fellow Raiders. Well, that concludes the last Spartan Contractors Raider branch. Another set of fun and versatile builds to use when you're looking for some old-fashioned teamwork to get the job done. Again, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share with friends, and hit the post notification bell so you can stay up to date with my latest builds and content. Also, make sure to comment below to feed that algorithm, help me out. And here's some quick clips of gameplay as thanks, and stay tuned to see what's coming up next. Hope to see you all then.